This is the latest generation Range Rover Sport, and to be honest, it needs little introduction. The imperious forces of nature that is driving a new Range Rover Sport. Hello and welcome to what is a comfy armchair, a place where you're seated, sitting above the rest. This captain's chair with its comfy armrest and ultimately an imposing place from which to command. This is the latest edition of the Range Rover Sport, and while on the outside it looks like not much has changed. Yes, it's got the new lights, front and rear, full LEDs. It's got the new design in the front. Where things though have changed fairly more dramatically is the inside. The Range Rover Sport has always been a car which has been the perfect marriage of both sporty and off-road prowess, and this latest generation does both of them incredibly well. To start things off, seated in here, of course being a Range Rover, you are in a world of luxury and comfort, leather wrapped everywhere, a high roofline, these big bolstered seats, space throughout. In here it's got now the updated dash, very much like we've seen on the recent Range Rover Velar'ish. So that being said, you've got two 10-inch displays at the center, the one being your main Jaguar Land Rover multimedia system, easy to use, intuitive, the tile-based display, and below that motorized display you get a large 10-inch panel which is your seating, settings, everything that's aircon, climate related. And I love this, it's very clever. You turn the dials, if it's on temperature mode, it shows you what the temperatures are. If it's down onto the aircon fan speed, they change because of course it's a large display. Up front of me I've also got the large 12.3-inch digital instrumentation cluster with navigation and these clever touch capacitive buttons on the steering wheel. You see, this car is incredibly high tech, but as I mentioned, it's powerful, and while going along a pass like this, a windy mountain pass, a nice piece of tarmac, asphalt, you can feel that this car has a sporty pretension. Even this, the SDV6, which is not the most powerful engine in the lineup, offers a whopping 225 kilowatts and 700 newton meters of torque. The result is 0 to 100 in 7 seconds, a lot of towing ability, and a car which is just able to do it all. There are several petrol and diesel engines available. You get a petrol V6, you get the V8, and even a diesel V8. And while I'm sure they're all jolly excellent, I think this one makes a lot of sense because it's able to average a claimed 7 litres per 100 kilometers fuel, and therefore it remains efficient and powerful. During my week of testing, I've been averaging around 9 litres per 100 kilometers. Very impressive for a big, imposing car like the new Range Rover Sport. Where things, of course, also get interesting and impressive is, yes, it's difficult to say a Range Rover is sporty. It's like asking the Queen to put on a pair of running shoes and join you for a 21-kilometer half marathon. It's not really going to happen. But what it does do is, it manages to blend a car which is sporty to drive on road conditions like these, but yet, with a center rotary dial and the all-terrain system, Land Rovers are always about getting dirty. So whether you out in the harsh sand dunes of Bahrain, driving along the Swiss Alps, driving along Signal Hill here in Cape Town on the road, or simply tackling the rough stuff on the Sunny Pass, the Range Rover does that so incredibly well. On the road it remains sporty, it remains imposing, it remains elegant. To summarize and sum things up, yes, the Range Rover Sport is expensive, it never was cheap, and this kind of car, this element and sector never really is. This one, for example, is priced at just over 1.6 million rand, and with a couple of options here, it puts it even more expensive than rivals like the BMW X5 with the M50D motor and Porsche Cayenne. But while it's not cheap, you are getting a car which trumps in terms of elegance, luxury, prowess, the ability to be sporty in some ways, yet off-road capable in others, and ultimately a car which wears that very mighty Range Rover badge on the grille. And that is worth its weight in show appeal. From me, Jason of Technobok, until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Cheers for now.